Hey, this is Angela Brooks, and I am back to talk about how to use attraction marketing to grow your business and generate leads. My screen to change for some reason. I'm pretty excited to talk to you about this today because the number one thing that any business, I don't care what it is, you need to generate leads, customers that'll come into your store and actually buy what you have to offer. Something about generating leads that people miss is keeping the loop open. You can generate leads with your blog by giving away your notes when you attend events, when you do a book review, when you're teaching how to use a product or the results that you've gotten from any of those. Teach what you learn and gently wrap your product into the process. If no one is asking you questions, then it's your marketing. But most people are always very open to learning. If they are following you and you're traveling to events, they love to get your notes, your reviews of the event, to watch pictures on your social media status, so they feel like they were kind of a part of it and give them an urge that maybe they need to be in that loop as well. Our ultimate goal is to attract people to our concept. Let's give them just enough information that it's like a cliffhanger. You know, at the end of every season on TV, they have, the fall season, the spring season, and they always leave you hanging from one season to the other of what's actually going to happen, or to find out, did Johnny actually get shot by Sue? Or, they always have a big cliffhanger that keeps people going to wonder what happened. The big hit right now is the show This Is Us, and it has left 2 seasons with everybody cannot wait till they get back on screen. That's what your marketing needs to be like. When you attend events, post where you are and little small bits of information telling what you're learning. These are called lifestyle posts, and people love to sit back and watch. They will sit back in the recliner and watch while you travel and do all your goodness. They may not be ready for that yet, but you could be planting a seed for somebody else that goes, I'd really like to do some of what she's doing. And you'd be surprised how many emails that I get from people who've enjoyed, well, no, I didn't mean emails, but like Facebook messages, people that enjoyed my travels, or they really liked the hotel we were staying in, or they stayed at that hotel. It's really nice connecting the dots with people. Your goal is to generate your own leads while you're hanging out on social media. This is a marketing principle that you need to put into work, because you're not just on social media to hang out and just chitty chat and read people's stuff all day. The reason that you use social media, if you're in business, is to get eyeballs looking your way as the information guru. You want to stand out. You want to look different. So post your blog post URL not as a sales status update, but give them enough value that drives traffic back to your blog to read the rest of the blog post or your review over on your blog. Social media is a traffic generator, and you're always interacting with your commenters on your wall, but you're also sending them back to your blog. And people are always asking, do you have to have a blog? And the answer is no, but you don't have to generate your own leads either, which makes business very hard. So the next question is, do you struggle to write? No problem. You can do short periscopes. You can do 2 to 5 minute Facebook Live videos. If you're blending up a shake, or you're making a DIY type recipe, do a video. Let people watch you make it and tell them along the way how you're making it. Show the before, in between, and the end results. People love that stuff. And then post that video on your blog. Everything that you do should be put on your blog. That is your content marketing library. That is your real estate where everything needs to sit. So if you don't have a blog and you don't have anywhere to expose your content, it's like nobody can find you. They can't find your goodness. And you can post it over on, you can take that URL, that same video, you're posting it on your blog, but you can take that link and post it on Facebook. And, that's how you're going to start building your email list. Facebook is not your email list. Of course, we'll talk about that in another webinar where we'll talk about building your list and the importance of that. But your videos can be as simple as 1 to 2 minutes. Maybe somebody's asked you the same question 2 or 3 times that week. Answer a question. Do short content, but always have a call to action. Number 1 marketing tip that will trump anything you decide to do. I don't care if you're blogging, if you're social media, if you're in-house, doing in-home meetings or workshops, whatever, action. That's just, you can't get better than action. Overcome the frustration and the fear, and you're going to start getting your own results. You can study all day. You can read books. You can attend events, listen to webinars. But if you're not putting this stuff into action, you're not going to get any results, which will result in more frustration. When you are talking to people, you need to find out if they're even open to an opportunity that will not interfere with what they're presently doing. Because if people feel like it's going to cause them more work, more trouble, and they're overwhelmed, they're not going to do anything anyway. So those aren't your ideal prospects. You're going to look for people who can work part-time, who can use an extra $500 a month. Not everybody wants to generate 6 figures. I know that number sounds amazing, wonderful, and grand, but most people are open to an extra $500 to $1,000. Maybe make a car payment or to be able to pay a house payment. You could be like us and have a kid in college. That stuff is expensive, and it's nice to have that extra money because you always have little added expenses. So don't give away your company until they ask for more information. Sounds odd, I know, but you got to trust me. And I want you to try it, because when you lead with curiosity, like we talked in video 1, people are going to lean in if they don't feel like they're being sold to. They love to buy, but they don't like you to be that used car salesman and make them feel all yucky. So are you getting value out of this so far? Is this making sense to you? Because this is it's really simple stuff, but honestly, this is how the big dogs do it. And this is where you need to get started. So I want you to ask yourself, what action steps do I need to take to see results? Do I need to blog? Do I need to do classes? Do I need to do webinars, conversation starters? What energy am I putting out there? Am I too salesy? Do I lack confidence? Do I doubt my own product? How am I adding value to the marketplace? Value is doing audio messages, Facebook Lives, videos, blog posts, any kind of content marketing is putting value into the marketplace where you're teaching and educating other people, and they can learn from you. People love to learn, and most of the time people struggle with a product purchase because they don't know how to use the product and get the results that you're always talking about. If people find any small thing that makes them hesitate, they will back up and do nothing. A confused mind does nothing. And the best thing is, you are the best kept secret, because nobody knows what you're doing. They don't know what you have to offer, and you're staying silent, so they don't know to reach out to you. Quit being a secret. The follow-up in whatever method that you choose to run your business, and I do some of all of it. I'm not a big workshop person, but I've committed to do a couple of workshops this year just to be different. I've always blogged. I've always email list. I have followed up with people on Facebook and texts and phone calls, and follow-up is just where the magic is. That's where, when you actually get people to raise their hand and say yes, and there should be a system that you're putting people through so that they get the information they're ready for, because you don't want to run them off after they're going, yes, me. So focus on building relationships in the follow-up, which can be text messaging is huge. People don't like to talk on the phone. I can get a new lead in, and if they've given me their number, I text them immediately. Hey, this is Angela. Just got your notice in that you were on the website. How can I help? Do social media. When somebody's brand new and they pop into your social place, they're a friend request, I immediately go to them, friend them, put them in a category list that I have on social media, and then I send them a message and I say, hey, this is Angela. Thanks for reaching out here on Facebook. How did we connect? Or I may look at their, friends list, or see if we was at the same event or something, and mention that in the message. Get a conversation started. That's what you need to do, is just start conversations. Events, face-to-face, all of those are ways to start building relationships. You've got to be in the state of giving, which means giving more what you educate yourself with, sharing it with other people. Add value to the marketplace. If you're out there just posting pictures of your product, nobody cares. Absolutely nobody. You may think that's the best cream, the best potion, the best lotion, and you're posting pictures, you look like a billboard going down the highway. People are so over marketed to that they don't even see that stuff. And I notice that people don't even get likes and comments on the majority of the pictures that they post. And if they do, it's people that are on their team or already in the business going, yay, high five. Nobody cares. You want people who are ready to purchase. And if you're going to start slamming your social media with a sales presentation, they're going to back up. So adding value, teach what you know, teach how to use the product, what are the benefits, and people will listen. Your positive energy. People will run from you if you're a whining, crybaby, overwhelming individual. That energy will suck the life out of you, and they are leaning into people with positive energy. So if you are a Debbie Downer, not picking on people with the name Debbie, but if you're a Debbie Downer, you're going to have to work on your energy, because that radiates to people before you ever have conversation. And your self-confidence in your business, it takes a while to generate your self-confidence, because it's odd, you feel uncomfortable, it's awkward learning to get into your space. And once you get that self-confidence and you throw those shoulders back and you're ready to tell the world about what you have to offer, they will see that before you even start talking. It is a process. So don't think that you're going to open the box today and tomorrow everything is going to be hunky-dory and wonderful. You may be that self-confident person that I'm not speaking to, but there are those that get something, get a business started, and they have a hard time talking about it. And once you get that confidence set up, you're going to watch things happen. Another thing, when you are connecting with people, consider the timing. Before you start gouging their eyes out, trying to get their Visa card out of their pocket, before presenting an opportunity of any kind, make sure the timing is on point. Because if it's something going on in their daily life, they're going to be closed to anything you say, no matter how perfect they are for your presentation. They may have had a bad day at work. The immediate answer is no. They may have had a fight with their kids, their spouse, their wife, their whoever. The answer is going to be no. Maybe they didn't sleep last night. The answer is going to be no, because they're irritated. Get away from me. They're overly tired at the end of the day. You have to kind of evaluate people's energy. You have to evaluate, are they open right now? Do they look like they're stressed? Do they have that look of, please don't talk to me? Then that is your cue. Just friend them. Say, hey, how are you? Look like you've had a hard day, or just listen. This is where you open your ears and you actually listen to people. They will remember you forever because they were having a crappy day and this great person came into their space and made things better. That is something you really have to, is to learn. Consider timing. it's not good to prospect. Yes, I did see this. Somebody was prospecting at a funeral. Hello, nobody's interested. We've got other things on our mind. That's not where you talk about stuff. Make sure your place, your timing is on point. Share your life, actions, beliefs, dreams, goals, value. This is a picture of my Instagram account, and I post at least one picture a day of something around me. And from my kids to my dogs to my events to flowers, my morning coffee, people, this is what draws people to you, is because they can relate to your world. And if you're sharing pictures along the way, they can scroll back. People love pictures, by the way, but they can scroll back and they can kind of see a little bit about you. In this picture, you can see both of my boys. You can see my flowers at my yard, my morning coffee, my young son cooking, an event that I was at with Ray, my puppy dog, a little bird that ran into my window, just tons of different things that will spark somebody a conversation. Share your life. If you're not willing to post a couple of pictures and let people see and meet you, they're not as likely to buy from you because they have no connection. They don't have a visual connection. Literally, I have posted some pictures and I've had people sign up through Facebook Messenger, never talked to them on the phone. I've had people sign up through text message that I've yet to physically talk to on the phone. Does it happen all the time? No. And I do get on the phone and talk to people, but this is the starting point. This is planting the seed. Using tools for a third-party credibility is very important. Nobody wants to say the same thing over and over and over again. And a tool can be a book, like I have the book, The MLM Blueprint Secrets. That is something that I give details in, how I started my business, the method that I use, and how I put it into place. I wrote that all out into a little book so that somebody can, some people like to read and hold the book in their hand, and they like to highlight, put tags in it so that they can go back and, implement things as they're ready for it. Because at this webinar, you can go back and rewatch the webinar, but a book is something you've got in your hand and you can always use it as a reference. A CD, they can listen to it over and over. A video, website is priceless, because if somebody asks you a question and I know I've done a blog post, I'm going to go run over and grab the link to the blog post and send that to them before I'm going to sit there and type out all that stuff. That's also what brochures are good for, is they do the talking for you. And number one thing, you don't want to be the expert at every single thing you do. You need a system where people are pointed to information, because when you present yourself as the know-it-all, the expert, let me give you content marketing on this, let me give you a blog post, and you're telling people how to do everything, but you're not referring them to any other person or place, and you look like I've got this all covered, then people are going, ugh, I can't be like her. I don't know all that stuff. And it freaks them out because it is overwhelming. They don't need to be able to do it all, and neither should you. So when you present yourself, make sure that you're pointing them into other directions to get information. And when you share other people's information and you're connecting them to other trainers and people to help learn, it also shows that you're not fearful in your business. People who don't share other people's content is fearful, and that shows up in your business. When I share other people's content all the time, because the last thing I want to do is learn all that. And if they've already said it well, why do I want to say it again? Hello? Let's do smart marketing. Our time is valuable. Here are some of the tools that I use. AngelaBrooke.com, it says coaching, but it is a place that I can put you into a Facebook group. There are, steps you have to go through in order to get into that group. I've got the emotional wellness where I talk about my network marketing company and that product. And of course, I've got AngelaBrooke.com blog where I post over there 1 to 2 days a week. And that's where I drive all my traffic to, because all of these things that I've mentioned are on my blog already. So there's a link to everything, and I'm not having to re-say it. I just send people to those links, which is called driving traffic. And, you know, you want to be working on the next follow-up and letting your tools and your systems do the talking while you are working with somebody who's raised their hand. Because there's some people that just want to read the information. They're not ready yet. So work with those who are ready. Don't spend time on somebody who's just window shopping. Follow-up rules. Oh my goodness. No matter how you generate your lead, I don't care what it is that you do. Connect with the lead. Determine the need. Once you determine the need, then you know, some are going to say no. And there's going to be yeses, but not everybody you talk to will be a yes, but it is closer to one. So just keep moving, keep looking for the yes. An example that Ray Higdon likes to give at all of his events is, think of yourself in your business kind of like a waitress at the restaurant. At the end of your meal, they always come around and say, would anybody like coffee? Would you like dessert? Some people say yes. Some people say no. They don't get offended either way. They just hand them the check, smile, say thank you, and keep right on going to the next table. Would you like coffee? Would you like dessert? And they serve those who are ready for that bite, that dessert, that coffee. And the rest of them, they let them go on out the door. They're finished. But the seed is planted, and those people will come back to the restaurant. And the next time that person asks, would you like coffee? Would you like dessert? They'll go, yeah, I do. So this, you know, like, I don't remember the restaurant that we went to, but there was a cake or something that we were interested in, but we were too full that particular time. So the next time we went, it's like, do you still have that dessert that you talked about last time? Yeah, we do. Now I'm ready to buy. So I hope that helps you think about how you're offering your product. They may not be ready right now. Serve those who are. I want to thank you for coming and spending this half hour with me. I hope you liked today's training and that you are going to learn how to generate leads for your business and to see that it's really not as hard as we make it out to be. Come leave a comment on my Facebook wall. Tell me a nugget that you learned today and that will help you become a better trainer in your business.